Everybody is looking for a cure of the COVID-19 right now. Scientists are looking for ways to cure it, but I don't know how long. Our experience in Hong Kong tell us that it has been promised for 4 to 6 months in the 2003 SARS period, but it never came after these 17 years. Okay, here is another SARS or the COVID-19 came, but there's no cure. People are dying, are suffering. 1.5 million people already infected. More than 80,000 died. How are we going to deal with it? I have an experience to share, is to use the autophagy method that has been developed for decades, and only recently it has got a Nobel Prize in 2016, August. I studied it for a few months and I tried it at December 2016 to cure my own diseases. I have a lot of illness like the diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and the fatty liver. Okay, I cure all of them until March 2017. It only takes about 4 months to do that. I have read a lot of research papers on the cause of the diabetes. I suspect it is the fatty liver that leads to it. And from the research paper, it shows that by reducing 8% of your body weight, it can cure the fatty liver, and in turn it will cure the diabetes as well. So I try it and success. I'm now off medication of all kinds, including the high blood pressure and high cholesterol and so on. But now my main point is, after I do that, I have caught a cold, a flu in also 2017. So I use the same method to cure it. It happens to be, it only requires 2 days to, when you enter the autophagy state, it will stop it. So I think the autophagy is very effective for the to cure the diseases caused by the virus. But from that time onward, I've never caught a cold or flu anymore. So there's only one trial. I would like to share this method with you, since there's not much choice you can have right now. It's very serious. Okay, the method is maybe difficult for beginners. Okay, just like me in the first trial, because you are accustomed to the carbohydrate, and carbohydrate cause the increase in insulin, and any decrease of the insulin to a very low level, it will trigger a hunger response, which is very uncomfortable or painful to some people. So the first thing to prepare for an autophagy, I have using 2 weeks time to prepare my body suitable for kickstart the autophagy. So I want to tell you step by steps. If you have never tried it before, or you have never tried keto diet before, then you have to start omitting your carbohydrate right now. Okay, so within 1 week, perhaps 4 days to 1 week, depends on your body weight or how much carbohydrate you have been eaten before. Try to stop it right now. Change your living style. In Japan, the diabetes is called a living style disease. It's because of your bad living style caused the disease. Okay? I will explain that later. But this time, if you trust me, follow the rule of omitting the carbohydrate first. That will make you easier to change to autophagy state. You may go to the internet to search for autophagy. There are a lot of them. And okay, after you stop the carbohydrate, and you can take any food you want, the protein. Okay, I give up the rice, the bread, but I have steak, I have pork, so it's a good bargain. And then you rely on protein for diet first, for just 1 week or 4 days at least, and then you can start the autophagy. And the time I do it, I have a buffet dinner first, okay, at night, and then I stop all the eating. From then on, I took about 72 hours to get into the state. That means the complete fasting for 72 hours. And during that time, I can take bone broth, okay, whether beef or pork or chicken. You have to prepare a lot of them. Whenever you're hungry, you can drink that. Drink the broth. Okay. And then and you have to do a lot of exercise. The most effective exercise to trigger a autophagy response is the HIIT, which means the high intensity intermittent training. It's developed by a Japanese professor, Tabata. You may go to do some research on that, and in the Google Play, you can download an apps to do that. And then you have to choose an exercise which you like. The one you like, you are happy to do it continuously. And autophagy is just like a car. Okay, how do you start it to the autophagy state? Like a car is running out of fuel. So instead of slowing it down, just like the fasting, okay, fasting and ketone diet or so is like a car that you slow down the car. That is not autophagy. That is just slowing down your metabolic rate. Okay, human body is a very complex one. We have been starving over millions of years. It's only recently, within the 10,000 years, when we developed the agriculture, then we have a regular meal. Before that, when we are hunter-gatherer, we usually have to starve for 2 to 3 days before we have a meal. Okay, so our body adapts to that. When we have meal, we can have the we burn the glucose out of it. If we do not have meal, when we in the starvation stage, we will use our own body fat for survival. We have accustomed to it. So there's no tricky, nothing. It's only in recent time that we have regular meal on 3 meals per day that make us overnutritioned, and therefore we have plenty of diseases, and especially chronic diseases, which cannot be cured as told by doctors and experts, but actually is not. When you change your living style, it can be cured. Okay. So to start the autophagy, you need both fasting and exercise. And what kind of exercise is this? It's a special exercise. It's not comparable by other exercise. The kind of exercise that would tell your cells that you are in distress. Your life is in danger. You have a survival issue, and that will start the autophagy quickly to help you. Let me take one very simple example. If you have to do an exercise, like say for running, you have to pretend that you have been chasing by a lion in order to do that. Okay, I can tell you, the mind is much stronger than the body. Okay, you can create a lion, you can create an alien. Okay, as long as your cells will believe. Okay, by using the HIIT method, is a very high intensity. Okay, but very high intensity would be very dangerous to certain people with say heart problem. So it's not recommended, but not for this one. This, although it's high intensity, but it only lasts for 20 seconds. You download the apps. The apps has a whistle. Okay, the whistle blow, and then you run like hell for 20 seconds. I use the Skywalker. Skywalker is a very good equipment because it doesn't hurt your knees. Okay, at that time I was 2017. I was a fat guy, 220 pounds. Now I only have 170. So I'm afraid if I run, I will hurt my knees when I'm over 200 pounds. So you follow the whistle for 20 seconds, and then there's a bell rung, tell you to stop, and you stop and you relax for 10 seconds, and then the whistle start again. You run again. Okay, you run like hell. Like you have to feel the lions behind. Okay, feel smell his smell, hear his sound. Okay, feel the wind blowing on the back of the hair. It's real. You can create it. Mind is very good in creating things, just enough to make your cells believe that, and you can enter the state. Okay. How do you know you are in the autophagy state? Very simple. Because when you are fasting, when the insulin level goes down to be low enough, it will give a signal for you to eat carbohydrate. Okay. And that is the hungry hungry feeling. Very difficult to resist in other kind of fasting and so on. But autophagy is easy. Autophagy is not asking you to suffer. Autophagy actually is, in my point of view, it's very comfortable. It's no suffering, no hungry. And after the autophagy, you will become loving the hungry feeling. Of course, you have a hungry feeling in the first time, but if you have a small slight hungry feeling, as I said, sorry, let me put on the light first. In autophagy, hungry is our ally. Okay, it helps us. It's nothing worried for an autophagy guide. As I said, slight hungry feeling, you use the broth to get rid of it, and then you will feel very full because the broth is full of protein. You feel your stomach is full. Okay, don't make your stomach too hard. Okay. So when the broth doesn't work, that means the hungry feeling is very high. You feel very hungry. You have to eat something. Then you eat something. What do you eat? I myself eat mussel. Mussel, the small clams. I ate the New Zealand mussel. It's very good because when you are out of nutrition, that means fasting. We are only fasting for calories, for carbohydrate, not for nutrition. If we are lacking nutrition, that will hurt us. Okay. So I eat some nutritions like the turmeric and cinnamon, and the most important one is the New Zealand mussel because it's cooked. The one pack or any other clams and so on will do. But that New Zealand mussel has the seawater in it, so it's very salty. So to eat salt is very important in fasting because your body will be in especially the organ inside, the liver and the kidney will have a very hard time to helping you not to lose any more salts. So it will make them working too hard. But so you have to increase your salt during fasting, especially. So after eating that, and then you wait a while, wow, it's still very happy, then now is the time to start the autophagy. Okay, autophagy can only be started when your stomach is empty. Okay, during the overnight fasting, your stomach is already fasting, or it's already empty. Okay, and the second criteria is your insulin level is very low. Actually, it only started when it is 0. The insulin level has to be 0 before autophagy can start. And in that time, when it's 0, your body will start to use your fats to generate energy. Okay, so that's the second criteria. The third criteria is just mentioned is the high hungry feeling. That's very important. When you have that hungry feeling, wow, it's good. I love it. Then you do the HIIT exercise. Okay, you have to so you have to find a gym to do it. Well, my first time is I use a gym to do the skywalking and so on, and then so you have to plan the time. When calculate, record the time, how many hours of from the first start fasting, and then plan the time for the gym, and then you do the HIIT. Okay, and how to tell whether you are in the state or not is you won't feel a thing. When you do not feel a thing, then you are already in that state. Okay? After about 20 minutes to half an hour of working, you don't have to do that HIIT. Actually, you only do about 4 minutes will be all right. If you are capable, you can do it to up to 8 minutes, no problem. Others are just normal exercise will do. After 20 minutes, you won't feel a thing. You forget about the hungry feeling already. That's the state when the new energy kicks in. It's like a nuclear energy. It's like a car. When it's running out of gas, you do not stop it. You press the pedal to the floor to make it kickstart and other fuel supplied. That's the ketone. It's very powerful. 1 gram of ketone fat have 9 calories. Normal carbohydrate only has 4 in 1 gram. So your energy suddenly double up. It's like a turbo engine now. And in autophagy state, I can work out. I used to do the Thai boxing. I can do 3 hours Thai boxing, and then 2 hours arrow, a bow and arrow. 5 hours I have tested. It can support. I mean, no any kind of carbs can support that. And then from that, when the hungry feeling is gone, that means your insulin level is down to 0. And from that point onward, 24 hours, and all your body's infected diseases of the COVID-19 will be eaten up by the autophagy process. The autophagy process is like to reset an virus infected notebook. Okay, if the notebook is infected heavily, it cannot be repaired. What you do is you reset it to the factory state. That means all your internal memory becomes standardized, like the original cell in your body. Any cell which is different to the factory mode will be marked by the autophagy mechanism to be disassembled. They will reuse it, the nutrition to support your body, especially when a car is stepping down to the floor. It will have to get more cells to be disassembled for use. So the more you exercise, the more cells you are digesting. The weight reducing rate is very high in autophagy. What I experience is 1 pound per day, 1 kilo for 2 days. So within the 2 weeks time, I reduced 8% of my body weight at that time. So my fatty liver is cured. And other stuff I will tell you in another session. Thank you. Spread it around this clip. I hope people can be saved from this video. Good luck.